Hello and welcome to Brookings, South Dakota. Today we have another battle between the Coyotes and Jackrabbits. Last year we lost 41-16. Adam Allen, a senior, came in and really played incredibly well, replacing Terry Fowler. We lost last week 43-20 to Northwestern, but we led going into halftime. We were up 20-17, scored 0 points in the second half, and Northwestern ended up winning 43-20. Our offense was effective at times last week. Pierce Libby played very well. He had 92 yards on 11 carries. He starts us out with 5 yards. Trent Klimper actually got the start last week, and he has a nice run here as he picks up 12 yards. J.R. Miller went 17 for 27, 161 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions. A lob down the sideline. There's Dion Gilbert. He came back for his first game back last week, and today we have our full complement of skill position players, so hopefully that will help us out. We go back to Dion Gilbert. He's got 12 yards. South Dakota State does have the number 9 passing defense in the country, so hopefully we can run the ball well against them and then mix in the pass where needed. There's a nice run for Pierce Libby. Now we'll go split backfield on 3rd down and inches. Pitch outside goes to Libby. He spins and breaks the plane for his 5th touchdown on the season. And that'll get the Coyotes on the board as they'll have a 7-0 lead after a great first drive. The top 10 upsets continue as number 3 Virginia Tech loses, and then number 6 Ohio State loses to Maryland, along with number 24 Kansas losing to West Virginia. Terry Fowler, like I said, did not play last year, but he is a very dynamic dual threat quarterback, and we did see Shaq Rivers last year as he was a part of the performance of 325 yards on the ground. South Dakota State had nearly 600 yards of total offense. First down and 10, here is Rivers. He goes straight up the middle for another big gain, this time 15 yards. Last week, Isaiah Bowser for Northwestern had 26 carries, 267, and 2 touchdowns. Our defense is going to have to play better if we want to stay in today's ball game. Now, first down and 10 from the shotgun. Fowler will throw. He has Daryl Patton. I mentioned it last year, but that is the brother of our own Jacoby Patton. We haven't seen Jacoby play much so far in this series, but I expect to have a bigger role next year with 3 seniors graduating. But there is Terry Fowler. He is a powerful, dynamic runner. He gets in the end zone to tie this game up at 7. Second down and 7 as it'll be a throw. It is Nate Wendt getting open on the post route for 22 yards. Now we'll go to the shotgun, and it'll be a give to Jalen Page for maybe around 4 or 5 yards. Our running game has been pretty consistent so far. We will go to the air now on 3rd down and 5. Miller breaks out of 1 sack. He panics, throws it. It's intercepted by Barnett. He's tripped up and goes down inside his South Dakota territory. However, that is now J.R. Miller's 13th interception on the season to go with, I believe, 10 touchdowns. Now they'll give it to the fullback as South Dakota State takes over on offense, who picks up a first. But they stick with that up-tempo option attack. Fowler will go to the air this time. Now he'll take off, bounces off a tackler, brought down by Javon Miller for a 6-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down and short. Staying with a split backfield, Rivers will move in motion. They'll pitch it out to him. He's got the first down as he's brought down by Bryson Williams, playing one of the final games in his Coyote career. First down once again. They'll go stretch play outside for Rivers. He's not a super dynamic back, but he is powerful, and he will get into the end zone for a 15-yard touchdown. South Dakota State was 3-4 entering today's ball game with the number 32 rushing offense in the country. They beat Nevada, Air Force, and an FCS team, but there's a big catch for Dion Gilbert. He's been very involved so far today. We'll go back to the ground game. Big hole up the middle for Page. He is brought down but picks up a first and 11 yards. Twin tight end from the shotgun. Fake goes to Page as Miller will keep it all the way and picks up a first, a 16-yard gain. With only 4 games left in the season, I wonder if J.R. Miller will start to get more involved in the running game, as the risk of a season-ending injury or anything like that is less valuable at the end of the season with no real postseason in mind for the Coyotes. This is basically our bowl game right here. There is a good run, though, for Pierce Libby. It'll be goal to go for us now. Nate Went will be the motion man, and they'll give it to Klimper. He gets 1 yard, and it'll be 3rd down and goal. Let's see if we can punch it in here. Libby will be the back. Great initial penetration, and Libby still can't get into the end zone. He did his best to fight for that extra yardage, but on 4th down and goal, offense will stay on the field. They'll give it to LaDorian Bolden, and the converted running back, he has his first touchdown on the season. A great job and very aggressive, as we're going to need to score today if we want to stay in today's game, especially with our defense and how they're playing so far. There's Eric McCutcheon. He was a 4-star recruit for South Dakota State and is a true freshman who's probably the future of this receiving core. They'll look back his way. Montgomery can't bring him down. He's into the open field, and South Dakota State fans probably have to be very excited about him and his future, as he has 28 yards there. On 2nd down and 5, they'll give it to Rivers, and a great job getting off the block. Jackson Harvey tracking down Shaq Rivers. It's a loss of 1. 3rd down and 6, Jackson, he's into the end zone. It is a 10-yard touchdown, his 2nd on the season. He is the leading receiver for South Dakota State with 26 catches, 347 entering today's game. We'll give it to Klimpers. He's been involved more in recent games. He has 8 yards, already his 3rd carry in this first half. They'll give it back his way. He's been effective the last couple of games as well, as he's got 7 yards there, averaging 7 yards per carry so far. A quick slant and missing his intended receiver. It was just behind him. We are in the snow today, so I have to wonder how much that'll end up playing a factor. The pitch outside on the triple option to Nate Went is effective. It was at the last second, but we are now over 100 yards on the ground already in this first half. Miller throws outside. He's got Knox. He's inside of the 10 and brought down to the 9-yard line. A 31-yard reception. Knox has 16 catches, 332 yards, and 1 touchdown entering today's game, averaging over 20 yards per catch. On 2nd down and goal, let's see if our offense can score another touchdown to stay in this game. And it's dropped by Deontay Knox. He hadn't really dropped too many passes so far in his South Dakota career, but that was a big one right there. Throw to Hicks. He is lit up shy of the goal line. It'll be 4th down and goal, and the offense will stay on the field once again, being very aggressive. Throw outside, tight window. Cooper Price for the touchdown, his 3rd on the season. That is J.R. Miller's 11th passing touchdown, as that's a new career high for him. 1st down and 10, as Fowler will pitch it to Rivers. Great option ran there and perfectly executed, fighting forward for extra yards. It's Rivers inside of Coyote territory. In the full house set once again. Looks like Fowler miscommunication there. He'll end up losing 2 yards, as it's Rakeem Hood on the tackle for loss. Bringing a blitz on 3rd down and 10. They'll set up the screen pass. He's got blockers ahead, and Rivers has the 1st down, as that will move the chains. The up-tempo attack continues on 2nd down and 6. Fowler will lob outside along the sideline. It's dropped, as Jackson can't come away with it. A lot of celebration there by Jax Montgomery, as didn't really do much there. On 3rd down and 6, the scramble is effective. South Dakota State will use their first timeout after they move the sticks. Fowler will go to the air. He has time. He dumps it down to his tight end, and he'll end up losing a yard, as it's Ross Bukowski on the tackle for loss. 3rd down and long as we near the end of this first half. They'll go screen pass to Rivers. He's got 7 yards, but it's not enough. South Dakota State will kick the field goal, and we will head into halftime down by 3. We've been a very competitive game so far. Our offense is playing well. The only real mistake was the turnover on the interception by J.R. Miller. Our defense, though, hasn't been able to slow down this rushing attack for South Dakota State. 145 yards for them, but we are really outgaining them in terms of total offense, throwing the ball a lot better than they are, and pretty similar in the way that we're running the ball. See if our defense can start to come up with some stops or some turnovers. They'll run a speed option to the outside. Great pitch to Rivers. He's out of bounds, pushed out by Bukowski, just shy of the 50-yard line. Working from the 50, Fowler will throw. He's got his backup. That's the backup running back, Marquise Hill, who has a nice gain of 18 yards. A lot of extra effort on that play. Now to be Patton in motion, they'll sweep it outside to him. He's got blockers downfield, and Bukowski, great pursuit to maybe save a touchdown there. Still a 17-yard gain nonetheless, though. 3 wide set. Here's Rivers straight up the middle. Bukowski with another touchdown saving tackle. He's definitely become a much more sure tackler this year than he was in his freshman season. Pitch outside. They've really gone to that play a lot with the motion of the running back. It's Ethan Cabral, the 3rd string running back, who gets into the end zone for his first touchdown on the season. South Dakota State has now extended their lead to 2 scores, but there's a big run for J.R. Miller. He's got 18 yards. 4 wide with Campbell and Hicks in the slot. They'll go straight up the middle for Libby. He finds some room to run and picks up a first. Shotgun play action, quick throw. It's Wagner. He has it, and a good reception, as that's his first catch on the day. He hasn't been quite as involved this year in the passing game with the emergence of Cordell Hicks and Cooper Price. Just a lot more options and players to throw around to. Screen pass. It's intercepted by Baxter. Looking for Price. Went can't make the block. Price is doing his best to chase him down, but Baxter will pull away. He has the pick 6. Another interception for J.R. Miller, his 2nd on the day, and now 6th in the last 2 games. The ensuing kickoff is away. It'll be Gilbert on the return. He cuts it to the outside. We need a big play here, and we'll get just that. Inside of Jackrabbit territory, Dion Gilbert takes it 62 yards. And let's see if J.R. Miller can hang on to the football and not turn it over anymore. First down and 10. Miller will take a shot downfield, and he can't do that. He throws another interception, back-to-back passes. He did this last week against Northwestern, and you can see how distraught he is. He may have given up any chance for a comeback right there. South Dakota State has a chance to extend their lead. It'll be Bryson Williams on the tackle, a 13-yard run. We see how effective this option attack is for South Dakota State when it's on. You have Rivers, you have Fowler, and just enough plays outside by the receivers. And they also have a very talented true freshman on the roster right now. His name's Aaron Massey. He's a very similar quarterback to Fowler, but maybe a better passer. There is a first down scramble for Terry Fowler. And now they'll give it straight up the middle to the running back. He is stood up after picking 6 yards and will not get the first down. 3 down linemen, they'll go option, and there we go. A huge play by Bryson Williams, the great strong safety and run defense. Not so much in pass defense. They will kick the field goal, and that will keep it a 3-score lead, but it will now be a 20-point ball game. See if our offense can work quickly. Cordell Hicks does not keep the proper option depth there, and it'd be 3rd down and 14. Trying to set up a screen pass for Libby. He cuts it back to the middle of the field, picks up around 4 or 5, but that will not be enough for a first, as South Dakota State will take back over. Fake the screen. Now they'll go to McCutcheon, and he's got around 3 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Trips to the left. They will go to the ground game. Javon Miller, the right end. He comes up with one of his few impact plays there, and our offense takes back over with a chance to get back in this game. Play action, throw to Nate Went. He has a big gain. We'll head into the 4th quarter down by 20. See if our offense can make some noise on this drive and our defense can get some more stops. 2nd down and 7. Miller from the shotgun, sending everyone deep. He's got his man, Mike Algram. He dropped a big one last week, but comes away with that one for 31. Play clock winding down. Throw, looking for Cordell Hicks. And now the defensive back will fall backwards, and it'll end up being a safety. That was his 2nd interception on the day. Miller forces it into Hicks. And then Barnett just somehow stumbles, finds his way into the end zone. And it will be a safety. Still a 3-score game, though. This will give us great field position, as it'll be Richie Campbell on the safety kick. It'll be a 16-yard gain. Hopefully that can maybe be a momentum shift. Throw down the sideline. It's caught. Cooper Price inside of Jackrabbit territory. A 38-yard gain. Klemper in the backfield. Miller will keep it, though. Read option works to perfection, and Miller barely doesn't get to the end zone, but it will be goal to go from the inches line. Page gets the handoff. He's into the end zone for his first touchdown on the day. That's his second on the season, and now we will go for 2 to cut it to a 10-score game. Miller will throw. He's got his man. It's Delvonte Bell, the big wide receiver, who cuts it to a 10-point ball game. Number 1 LSU currently down by 10 to Alabama. That could be another big upset and really change the national title picture. We have to see if our defense can come up with a stop and hopefully get us, our offense, another chance to put some points on the board and cut into this lead even more. On 2nd down and 8, Fowler chucks it out of bounds, nowhere close to his intended receiver, who seemed to be pretty open. 3rd down and 8, Fowler nowhere to go. He'll go down. It is Shadoe Hansen with another sack on the season. He has, I believe, 5 or 6 now. Richie Campbell with another chance for a return. He'll cut it back to the right, makes a man miss, showing off some speed. He's got a good return of 31 yards, one of his few impact punt returns in his career. Gilbert comes in motion. Miller will keep it. He now extends it to the outside. Great job of keeping the pitch alive. He pitches it, and it's a 10-yard gain for the wide receiver. It'll be Campbell and Hicks in the slot. Miller throws. He's got Knox. He's into the open field. He made a man miss and cuts upfield for the 33-yard touchdown, as it's a huge play by the sophomore receiver. We'll get a second look at that. He just makes both defenders miss, completely misdirects them, and cuts it back to the outside. It's a 3-point ball game. South Dakota State has a chance to run some clock and put this ball game away, but if our defense can come up with some stops, then that gives our offense a chance to tie this game or take the lead. It'll be a false start, so that'll back them up 5 yards on 3rd down and 4. It'll now be 3rd down and 9. Throw outside. It is Butler. Trevon Simmons, the backup free safety, was beaten coverage. 1st down and 10. We still have all 3 timeouts left, and Fowler will go down. He'll lose 4 yards. Trevon Simmons makes up for the blown coverage with a sack. Fowler on the carry. He just shoves Derby into the ground, and it'll be a 7-yard run. A huge 3rd down here. We have 2 timeouts left. They'll give it to Rivers. He's got the 1st down, and that may do it. 1:20 left on the clock. We'll use another timeout, but I think South Dakota State could just run out the rest of this clock. If they took some knees instead, they'll keep running it. It'll be a 5-yard gain for Terry Fowler. 2nd down and 5. Bring in a heavy blitz, and they all miss Rivers, who's got another 1st down. And now South Dakota State can just take a knee and ice this game. Terry Fowler will take that knee, and that'll run out the rest of the clock with 1 more. And South Dakota State escapes the upset attempt and picks up their 4th win on the season. This was a huge play. The pick 6, just looking for a quick screen outside. It was diagnosed perfectly by the South Dakota State defensive back, Baxter. He takes it all the way. Price and Went could not chase him down. But this was just a super weird game. We almost made an improbable comeback. That safety really changed the outlook of the game. I've never seen that really happen before. Instead, we will end up losing by 3 points. Jared Miller's 4 interceptions were a big part of this loss, but he was forced to throw the ball more to get us back in this game. We were down big. Terry Fowler was very efficient, 14 for 18. Added a ton on the ground, and Shaq Rivers was great once again. Hopefully we don't have to see him anymore in the future. Jalen Page was shaken up today, and then Pierce Libby, our running game, was decent at times, but we had to throw the ball more, especially in the second half once we got down by a decent margin. Bryson Williams leads us in tackles, a couple sacks, 1 by Shadoe and 1 by Trevon, and it is a 3-point loss. We scored 17 points in the 4th quarter, but it just was not enough, as South Dakota State scored 17 in the 3rd quarter. We will just move forward now, as we'll be back on the road once again for another road game. I believe this is our 4th or 5th straight. We'll be traveling to Boulder to take on the Buffs of Colorado. They are 3-5 on the season, but they have talent all over their roster with Laviska Shenault and other playmakers. That job security continues to creep down as the AD is not happy with the performance of Bob Nielsen. LSU does end up with a comeback victory against Alabama. Clemson at number 2, Arizona State up there with a chance to maybe compete for a national championship. You can see our leading rusher is Pierce Libby. Jalen Page with 3.7 yards per attempt. Deontay Knox still over 20 yards per reception, 19 for Cordell Hicks, but Cooper Price leads us in receptions with 31. Leading tackler is Bryson Williams. Jackson Harvey, Sylvia Weidenar, and Shado Hansen, to me, are our most disruptive defensive players, but I hope you did enjoy today's ball game. It was almost one of the most improbable comebacks that I've ever had in NCAA football. Just did not have enough in the end. Our defense couldn't come up with one more stop, and we will fall to 1-8, but we'll have to move forward, and hopefully we can stay competitive in our next couple of games. It will be a doubleheader next time with games against Colorado and Fresno State. I will see you for those. First one will be in Boulder. I hope you have a great rest of your day.